Welcome back to every naval battle in history. We're taking up the story at the other end of the 20 Years of Anarchy, as it was known to the Eastern Romans. From the loss of North Africa and the destruction, again, of Carthage in 698, the Roman throne was lost, retaken, and seized again by a succession of rogues. The Arabs never relented with the pressure of their raiding, and the society transformed from a wealthy urban life to a poorer rural existence. The great breadbaskets of North Africa were gone, the riches of Egypt and Syria were gone, and the manpower resources of Armenia were gradually lost. The future of the empire, in the mariners of northern Italy and Venice in particular, was soon to be lost to stupid religious squabbles. Anatolia, which we today think of Turkey, was constantly seeing more and more land nibbled away by the Islamic tide. From around 712, the Umayyad Caliphate began preparing to finish the Romans off with the capture of Constantinople. Emperor Anastasius II was aware of the gathering storm and made vigorous preparations, when internal strife again overtook the empire. His fleet mutinied in 715 and beat the Arabs to it by attacking and capturing Constantinople. We won't delve too deeply into the literally Byzantine politics which ensued, but at the end of it, Leo III, the Isaurian, took the purple. Isaurian was also the name of the dynasty, and it literally just means from Syria. Think of Littlefinger in Game of Thrones with his chaos is a ladder speech, and you've got a fair old fix on Leo III. Having been born and raised on the borders with the Arab lands, Leo was always straddling both worlds as he rose to power. The Caliphate thought, for far too long, that he was their agent. And as long as someone who wasn't Leo was sitting on the throne in Constantinople, he was a pretty solid agent of the Arabs in destabilising the empire. But with the Arab siege descending on them, he entered Constantinople on 25 March 717. He forced the interim emperor Theodosius III to abdicate and took the name Leo III. Before that he'd been known as Conon. It is perhaps instructive that once he was in the top job, with no one left to betray, he became one of the very best emperors known to history. Around mid-July, the Arab army reached Constantinople and built their own enveloping wall of the city. This wouldn't be like the last siege, where they let the noose loose in winter to retreat across the Sea of Marmara. Fortunately, Anastasius II had made good preparations, and I hope someone thanked him for it in his exile in Thessalonica, although he would try to retake the throne in 719 and pay for it with his life. The Arab fleet arrived on 1 September and anchored at Hebdomon before patrolling past Constantinople into the Black Sea. The city would be truly isolated. And then, as the Arab fleet's rearguard, some 20 heavy ships and 2,000 marines, passed by the city, they were attacked by a Roman fleet armed with Greek fire. The grisly destruction and the screams of the victims of the flame-spewing siphons shredded the morale of the Arab fleet, and they refused to engage the Romans. The winter of 718 was particularly harsh, and sitting staring at the walls of Constantinople while starving did not improve matters for the large Arab army. Perhaps fortunately for them, the new Caliph, Umar II, sent a vast relief fleet to the besiegers, 400 ships from Egypt and 360 from North Africa, an undertaking of staggering expense. These relief fleets contained a great many Christian Egyptians who took the opportunity to defect. Now knowing that their ships were under mans due to the defections, and with the excellent intelligence the defectors had brought, Leo and his fleet attacked again, using the Greek fire to excellent effect, destroying the Arab navy. The Bulgarian army arrived around the same time to attack the Arabs on land, and the retreating fleet was so afflicted by storms, volcanic eruptions, and the Roman navy that only 5 ships made it back to Syria. Along with the Battle of Tours, fought in 732, the breaking of the Caliphate's power in the Sea of Marmara ended the breakneck age of Arab expansion. The wily Leo III would reign until his death in 741, the secure founder of a major dynasty. Strap in, folks, we've got lots more to cover as we take on every naval battle in history. Smash those like and subscribe buttons, ring that bell, you don't want to get left behind.